If you still have a stack of CDs sitting on a shelf collecting dust, there's something about this that might change how you think about them. So let's go over the CoolGeek M1. I'm gonna go over all the different features, show you how it works, and talk about who this is for, all to help you make a better informed buying decision. And there's also one design choice on this that really surprised me, and I'll get to that in a minute. So the CoolGeek M1 is a vertical CD player. It sits in a transparent frame, kind of industrial, retro look, and it plays your CDs standing upright, almost like a piece of art on your wall or on your desk. It connects to external speakers through Bluetooth 5.0 or a 3.5mm aux cable. So one thing to know right away, there are no built-in speakers on this. You'll need to pair it with a Bluetooth speaker or plug it into something. So just something to keep in mind. So let's do an unboxing and put this thing together. Okay, so let's go over an unboxing here. So of course we have the main unit here with the transparent frame and a rechargeable battery pack that's detachable. We also have the accessory box. All right, so we have our remote control as well. And there's the battery. And then we have the wall mount bracket right here. Okay, so the bracket with the little screwdriver screws. Then we have the charger for the battery. We slide the battery right on in, just like that. We plug it in with the USB-A cable. Take the remote out so you can get a better look at that. So it's cool that it has a clear back as well. We just pull the tab when we're ready to use it, then it'll start using the battery and work. Okay, let's take out the main part. Really cool looking piece of this where we play the CD. So that looks pretty cool. See the inner workings of it. There's of course where the CD goes, the battery slot, you have the cover here for the battery. Okay, and to put it on, just put the little prongs over the top, just like that on that side. So there's a little slot right there that fits right into the slot right there. Same on the other side, that fits in nicely. We'll just take off the plastic. It's on both sides. That's nice, so it keeps it nice and clean, crystal clear. Go ahead and do that for this front piece as well. We just get the little corner right here, and we could peel it off. Okay, and then same with the other side. Peel off the plastic. Okay, so this is the back, and what's awesome about this is there's no screws. It's just magnetic. So it just fits on really easily. You don't have to sit there and just screw this in. Super simple. And of course the battery. That's good to go. And then we just put on the top, or the front, that is. Put on the front panel. Move this forward slightly. I'm gonna hit the camera. There we go. So there it is. And just let it slide right on in. And there you go, you have your CD player. So the build quality is really solid here. Everything fits together really nicely. The frame, the glass, the magnets that hold the play mechanism in place. It feels really well put together. That said, the frame itself is on the lighter side, so you want to be careful if you're moving it around a lot. Although I wouldn't call it super light. It's just, I guess, looking at it and looking at kind of the width of it and or the depth of it, you just think it'd be a little bit heavier. So this comes in about 9 by 12.5 inches and just under 5 pounds. So it's roughly the size of a large picture frame, which makes sense because that's kind of what it is. So I'm taking off the front glass here just so it's a little bit easier to access for right now. So main features of this thing, so what really sets this apart is the design. You can see the disc spinning vertically through the transparent frame, which is really cool, and we'll go over a whole setup of that in a second here. So this turns your CD collection into something you actually display and not just something sitting, you know, in a case on a shelf by itself. And it also works on a desk with the included stand, or you can wall mount it using the bracket they give you. And either way, you know, it looks like a piece of decor. And honestly, it looks cool even when it's powered off. You know, it's a conversation starter just sitting there. Well, here are the 2 pins that you get with it, and we can easily just add them to the back. So you can show you how this stands up. So you have the 2 holes on the bottom. Just go ahead and screw these in. And then you can just go ahead and lean it back, just like that. Give a better angle of this, a little bit better angle. There you can see it can stand upright. Go and take those out so it's easier to show everything. Okay, next, so as you saw, it has that rechargeable battery. The battery is detachable and it gives you about 8 hours of playback. So that's a full day of listening without needing to plug it in. And what's nice about this is you can wall mount it without running a power cable to it. So you get that clean, wire-free look on your wall. And as you see, it's just really easy to put back in. Just slide it on in and then put the case on top. Okay, so the next great feature, connectivity. You've got Bluetooth 5.0 and a 3.5mm aux output. So we have the Bluetooth pairing on the side right here. There's a button, and then we have the 3.5mm aux output right here. Go ahead and take this out so you can get a better idea of what it looks like. So there's the side, there's the aux, there's the top, the power button, and then there's the pairing button. So the Bluetooth pairs really quickly. You just hit the pair button and it connects right to any device that's nearby. So really straightforward, and I'll go over a demo of that as well. Now it's important to note that this is a Bluetooth transmitter, not a receiver. So it sends audio out to your speakers or headphones. It does not work with Sonos, and you can't stream it to your phone. It's specifically for playing CDs through an external speaker. And what's also nice is this has a magnetic slipcover. The magnetic slipcover slides right onto the front and holds the disc securely while it's spinning vertically, which is really nice. So you don't have to worry about the CD popping out. They also have integrated anti-skip technology in the mechanism. So even though it's playing vertically, it handles it really smoothly. Okay, as far as the formatting of your CD, it supports CD, CDR, MP3, and WMA formats. So if you've got burn discs from back in the day, those should work too. And the remote lets you control volume, track selection, and playback without getting up, which is great if it's wall mounted across the room. So I can go ahead and turn this on, press the power button. Then we can see the display. So the digital display on the unit shows you the battery level in the upper left-hand corner there, the current track, currently there's no disc, also shows you the playing time, which is a really nice touch. Right now in the upper right-hand corner, you can see that it is trying to pair to a Bluetooth device. So when it's flashing, that means it's trying to pair. You can also see the flashing light right there. Okay, so let's just go over how we can set this up. So I'll go ahead and grab my AirPods here. We'll use these AirPods to connect to the Bluetooth device. And then we'll go ahead and pop in a CD. So as you can see, you just place it in there. Then we can see that the disc is held securely. I'm trying to move it up and down. It's not working. Push it forward, up, down, not moving at all. Okay, and then we can pair. So I'll go ahead and take my AirPods, press the button at the back to pair, hold this down. And then we hear that little beep, and we can see that it's no longer flashing, it's solid. So now we're ready to go. So go ahead and take out my AirPods, put them in. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and use our remote as well. So we can just press the eject button since it's not recognizing the disc right now. There we go. Now it says CD, and now it's starting to spin. How cool is that? So we're ready to go. Now it's playing track 1. I'll go ahead and put the AirPods in my ear, turn the volume a little bit, and then I can hear the CD playing. And I can actually control the starting and stopping of the music from my AirPods as well. So I'll put this in my ear, and then I'll just press the side right here, and then it'll stop. Okay, I'm gonna press it right now. And we can see that it pauses. Then I'll go ahead and play it again. So really cool. So of course we have all the standard options, right? We can go to the next song. Just press next. We have the different modes. So I'll pull that a little bit closer so you can see right under the battery life. So that's repeat the song. Okay, so this icon is the single song loop. Go ahead and press A, B again. Then we go to the list loop. So that's playing the entire CD over one last time. And then this is the random play. So again, you can attach this to any Bluetooth speaker. You can attach it to your AirPods, your Bluetooth headphones. You can have this on the wall. You can have it on your desk. And it's just an awesome way to play your old CDs and just display them. So of course we can just stop the CD and press the eject button. Then we can turn it off. And then when we turn it back on, CD will start up again.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
And then it'll start back from the last play that we had where we last were. So if we add a new CD, it's gonna start from the beginning, but since we had stopped at track 2 at around 218, it'll play back from there. So really cool. And then again, you can also add it to an audio jack right here. Again, I just love how this is magnetic, so I can easily just pull this out whenever I want to. And of course, if we have this hung up on the wall, we can also use the pair button. You can also enable the pairing with Bluetooth from the control as well. So we really don't have to have access to the device at all, unless we wanted to change CDs or need to change out the battery. And the range of the Bluetooth is around 10 meters. So just keep that in mind. And also with the 3.5mm audio output, in order to maintain the good look and the integrity of the overall frame here, the jack position is set relatively compactly, and it's recommended to use a 3.5mm elbow cable or elbow adapter. Okay, so let's talk about what I like about this. So the design is really unique. It's one of those products that makes you, stop and look at it. And the transparent vertical spinning is really cool. And the fact that it doubles as wall art is also a nice touch. And the Bluetooth pairing is fast and easy. I had no issues connecting to my speaker. And the 8-hour battery with the detachable design is great, especially for wall mounting without cables. And the remote and digital display make it easy to use from across the room. One thing I did notice, there is sometimes a little bit of a high-pitched hiss noise when the CD first starts spinning. So if you're using random play, you'll hear it at the start of every track. It's not a deal breaker, but just something to note. Also remember, if you want to stop the CD, you can go ahead and press the power button or press the eject button. Another thing that would be pretty cool is if there was a built-in speaker. So you do need to, again, have a Bluetooth speaker or something with an aux input ready to go. This isn't, a grab and play situation. So that would be nice if you just had a speaker, but that would kind of compromise the design and might not look as good or potentially even look cooler. But I found it's still really convenient to use. It's not an issue. You have your Bluetooth speakers. It's just easy to connect and play your music. Okay, so who should get this? Really CD collectors who want to display, not just store. If you've got a shelf full of discs that never get played, this turns them into something that you actually look at and listen to. The transparent frame makes each disc part of your room's decor. Let's be honest, this just looks awesome. This is one of those gifts where, someone opens it and, they look at it like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's personal, it's different, and it actually functions. It's not just a novelty item. This is also good for physical media fans who miss the ritual, putting a disc in, watching it spin, hearing your album play. This brings that experience back in a really clean, modern way. Now you might be thinking, why would I want a CD player that doesn't have speakers? So here's the thing. Most people already have a Bluetooth speaker or a sound system at home. And this just connects to that, what you already own. But if you don't have an external speaker ready to go, you'll need to get one. And if you're looking for an audiophile grade sound, the quality here depends entirely on what you're pairing it with. Just keep that in mind. So in my opinion, the CoolGeek M1 is a really interesting product. It's part CD player, part art piece, and it does a good job of making physical media feel relevant again. So this is a great way to display and enjoy your CD collection in a way that actually looks good in your space, and it's definitely worth checking out.